to vlog all day today and I didn't. It rained and I was rushing, and then I had some rubbish news from the vet and I just felt like I didn't want to. But we are nearly now at our destination, so I've decided that I am going to vlog what we're doing today. So I am here with Michelle.
Hello!
And Emma.
Hello!
And Emma is here from Germany. She is from Oldenburg, which is in very northern Germany, am I right?
Yes, that's where the horses come from.
And that's where all the horses come from. So she knows about she knows about horses. So if you know about a German warm blood, then this is your lady. I mean, sort of. Straight on. So we are on our way to Addington to do some arena hire because, great news, Obi is back in more proper work. So we have hired the big fancy indoor arena at Addington with all the whiteboards and all the spooky stuff so that we can go and do some practice and get ready to go to our first show in a couple of weeks. So that is what we're going to be doing. So we have stopped and bought loads of food because, you know, that's what I like to do. And now we're nearly there. So yeah, I will take you with me and show you what goes on. Hopefully nothing dramatic. Hopefully. Last time we went to a show though, dramatic stuff. So fingers crossed. We've got Kenko here too, so the dramatic stuff will almost certainly happen. Why do I get so nervous?
Right, she's got no high energy here at all.
Just me with the high energy.
Yeah, just you.
Me with the negativity. She's good at this vlogging business. You've been watching the videos.
I've been.
I definitely need to get a new everyday hat, don't I now? She ate it. Freezing cold.
Yes. I'm only vlogging. That's not very...
Not very energy consuming.
No.
Sorry. You should hold that too. This is a children's coat. Michelle's bought me a children's coat. She buys me this smart coat and then I wear gloves like this. And a hat,
like this.
Not good at this. Hit me up, Charles Owen. I need a new one.
Bye.
So this is something that you'd never normally get to do at a show. You'd never normally get to go and see in the spooky windows.
No.
So what I do is I run through the ground pattern that I have with her to help her find a better rest in her body. And you'll see when she is more focused, that the neck comes down. And we can...
rush in a hazy glow. My hands, your bones. Loose up, we break the scene. One step deep as you fall to me. Hot clap, we skip a beat. Count 1, 2, 3. And don't you stop the music, get into it. Won't you dance with me? Find a place and lose it. You can do it. Won't you dance with me? Move your feet and feel it in the space between. You gotta give yourself a moment. Let your body be. Downtown we let it go. Sunset high and our body low. Blood rush in a hazy glow. My head like a scene. One step deep as you fall to me. Hot clap, we skip a beat. Count 1, 2, 3. Don't you stop the music, get into it. Won't you dance with me? Find a place and lose it. You can do it. Won't you dance with me? Move your feet and feel it in the space between. You gotta give yourself a moment. Let your body be. Your name I'll never know as we get down in the road below. Caught up in an overflow. My hands, your bones. Wide-eyed, you look at me. Set on fire in a silver dream. Spin around, you can feel the breeze. Count 1, 2, 3. And don't you stop the music, get into it. Won't you dance with me? Find the place and lose it. You can do it. Won't you dance with me?
Then I can like really make it. Such a nice song. So great.
Feel it in the space between. You gotta give yourself a moment. Let your body be. Downtown we let it go. 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 Loose up, we break the scene. One step deep as you fall to me. Hot clap, we skip a beat. Count 1, 2, 3. Don't you stop the music, get into it. Won't you dance with me? Find a place and lose it. You can do it. Won't you dance with me? Move your feet and feel it in the space between. You gotta give yourself.
Yeah. It doesn't help you now, but I should have said something because I knew she was going to do it from about that corner. Yeah. Because she went so tight in the back. Yeah. So I think you can stop that happening. Maybe looking at how she is on the right. Yeah. I'm putting her more on the right rein in her body when she's on the left rein. So that's really interesting, and that's what I've been doing on the right rein. I've been riding on the left. Yeah. So my take was on there, which is so good. So let's try that then. Let's see if I can get that. You go as far as that. So I ride those ways and she keep trying to ride through it. It's the outside rein, I think. See there, that was the cancer, that was the rubber hitting the board. Yeah. That's the left. Yeah, if you were thought this would be too high up. Well, I don't know if this is I don't know what maintenance is, but I don't know, it can't be gas. So always when I do free walk, you could hear this. When I do free walk, she often will like hear a sound somewhere and make a big fuss. And I'd shoot off and I'd lose the mark because walk is important. Good. You're not doing anything serious, but just out of control. And I'm giving you illusions. I'm looking at the camera and doing the road, I really love it.
I'm nothing to be done. There must be something in the water. Every day it's
Well, that couldn't have gone any better if we tried. It was actually good fun. I actually enjoyed myself. Who bloody knew? And so we're just getting the horses sorted, putting their magnetic and ceramic boots on and going home.
You keep my head from going under.
Are you done today? Oh, I owe you some money. I owe you some money. Urina. So pleased we actually went and did that. I've never taken the time for arena hire, and I really should have, because it's great and very useful. So yeah, that was very enjoyable, in fact, even though I was crapping myself, as always, when I rode Kenko. Kenko. Kenki. Were you enjoying yourself? Have a nice time. Kenko bit me on the arm yesterday. She's a little bitch. Not sure. Good girl today. Hi. So I finished exercising the horses, and now I thought I will fill you in on meeting this person. So this is Dee Dee. This is not my mare's foal. My mare's foal died. So she seemed pretty good, the foal. She was bright and she was small. She weighed 31 kilos. Average foal for a mare of this size should be about 50, 60 kilos at maximum. So yeah, she was too small when she first came out, and she was quite weak, and she wasn't great in herself. She was quite quiet. She didn't get up very quickly. She wasn't quite as bright and brilliant as you'd want them to be. So I stayed with her the first night, and she got up and she drank, and she was good. The next day she was up and bright and pooping and peeping and all of those things that foals do. And so I went home and I came back at 10 o'clock at night. Bear in mind I've got a camera in the stable up there in that corner. I don't know if you can see it. And so I checked the camera, went home, had a shower, came back at 10 o'clock at night. And the foal was lying down and her breathing was a bit heavy, but I got her up and she went and she drank and she seemed fine. So I went home and I checked her on the camera at midnight in one place in the stable. At 3 o'clock in the morning, another place in the stable. 5 o'clock in the morning, another place in the stable. And then when I looked at 7, she was still in the same place. So then I was worried. I was really scared then, and I came to the yard as quickly as I could. And when I got here, she was like lifeless, with her tongue like that in her teeth, and her breathing was terrible, and her heart rate was slow, and she was so cold. So I rang the vet, and I rang the vet, and I rang the vet, and we spoke, and he came, and he gave her some fluids. Ouch, ouch, naughty. And he gave her some fluids, and don't eat me please, Dee Dee. And then I put her in the back of my car, and I took her to the vet college, which is about half an hour from here. But unfortunately, she didn't make it. She died on the way to the vet college. And it was horrific, and it was so awful, and I felt so responsible. I felt like I had really failed her. Don't put your feet on me, young lady. I felt like I'd really broken something so sacred, and I had failed Mo, and I had failed the foal, and I had done something so wrong. I should never have gone home. I said to myself, I should never have done anything. And when I get to this vet practice, the Royal Vet College, this vet, this bloke, he said to me, he said, well, you'll learn from this, as if some life lesson should come from this situation right there and then. I was sick. I was so upset. I was broken. I felt like I could have done something different, and I didn't. So I had a post-mortem done, not instantly. I agreed to a post-mortem at that point. I went home. On the way home, I put a post on Facebook, on these amazing groups on Facebook called the Foaling Hub, and I said, foster mother available, looking for an orphan foal. And within about 10 minutes, I had a message from somebody saying, I know of somebody looking. I got another message from another person over in Tring, which is really local. I'm Hertfordshire, so Tring is Bedfordshire, I think, just locally. And within half an hour, this little person had arrived. And I'm sure I've got some pictures of her when she first came. I'll make sure I find those. And this is Dee Dee. Now Dee Dee is a thoroughbred. She was born on the 8th of May, and her mama died of a prolapse, which is so sad. She's itchy. What itchies? So her mother died, so she needed a mama, and if she hadn't found a mum, she probably wouldn't have been home. She wouldn't have been hand-reared because of the nature of thoroughbred breeding. There are so many of them. They don't do it because it's complicated and hard work. And I had to feed her for just one night when she first came. Mo didn't accept her initially. She was really upset by her. She just wanted to kill her, and it was horrible. This is quite a long story, I realise. So we kept them separate and then let Mo see her. Mo is now very motherly over her, as you can see. Mo is protecting her from the horse next door. So the day the foal arrived, the vet came and gave Mo a treble dose of prostaglandin, which is meant to potentially bring on a feeling like they're having a foal, or bring on a feeling like they're kind of resetting the clock. They sweat, they pace, they can have what looks like contractions, all sorts of strange stuff happens to them. But when we did that for Mo, nothing happened. So we were really heartbroken, because it's meant to be like this kind of miracle thing that they give them this drug, and then suddenly the foal is like, sure. The mare's like, sure, I've got a new foal, absolutely. But Mo was just not impressed. She just hated Dee Dee so much, and it was horrible, and it was heartbreaking, because it was just painful, because you just thought, why doesn't she just love this foal? So the next day, my amazing vet said, well, look, all hope is not lost. Let's try something else. Now, there's a drug called Lutalize, I think that's what it's called, and it's for cows. And we decided to give that a try. Just thought I'd show you this little miracle. A little tongue. And we tried that, and it worked. And within 15 minutes, Mo just had accepted Dee Dee as her own. It was like a miracle, like the relief, because getting up every 2 hours in the night is one thing for one night. I cannot even imagine doing that for 6 months, no, maybe 4 months, and then the foal, anyway, a long time. The thought of it was heartbreaking. So the fact that she accepted her was just unbelievable. And so ever since, this little person has been around, and she is so wonderful. What are you doing? Excuse me, no thanks. I can pick out all of her feet. She leads really well in and out of the field. She is really, really special. And I'm just so lucky that I get to keep her. And that is why I've named her Dee Dee. Now, Dee Dee is not her whole name. Her whole name is Zawadi, which means gift in Swahili. So, this is my little gift, aren't you? And you're so special and smart and beautiful. And I love you. So there is a happy ending to this very sad story. And it's not the ending that I hoped, and it's this beautiful romantic thing, having your own, breeding your own horses. It's not, it's horrible. And the reason I was upset this morning is because the vet had said to me today that, I've missed a bit. So you heard me say that I had the post-mortem, and I got the final results yesterday. The gross post-mortem, they call it, where they look just at their innards, basically, there was nothing on it, there was nothing wrong. And then they came back with the microbiology, what they look under the microscope, and the foal was in septic shock. So she had her a bacteria in her that caused pneumonia, but the bacteria was in her blood, in her lungs, in her heart, in her kidneys, in her liver. The whole thing was just failing. And so I have been very reassured in the fact that actually I couldn't have saved her. She was failing, they call it, all the whole time. There was never going to be this romantic ending. And even had I got her to the vets, maybe they could have given her another couple of days in a tortured environment, but actually it would never have been what this romantic notion of it that we have. I would have just been potentially thousands and thousands of pounds and in debt, well, not in debt, but with a bill of the thousands and thousands of pounds. And I would have done that. I would have done anything. I was praying. I've never prayed in my life. Praying to have time, praying for someone to bring time back. So, yeah. Nothing could have changed it. It was destined for that. And the fact that the mare ran milk early potentially was a reason that the whole thing was failing from before it failed as such. Heartbroken. And I feel at a point now where I can talk about it, but I really didn't feel like I was at a point where I could talk about it before. And I had to give myself some time. So here we've had some time. It's been a few weeks now. And Dee Dee is amazing, and she has healed me something amazing, because the energy that she has, I think she'd be a fast thoroughbred. She's well bred. She's by a stallion called Garswood. And I hope you can do your mum and daddy proud, little one. Not that you're ever going to see a racetrack, hopefully. I think we might do some dressage, maybe. I've got some video of her trotting about in the field that I'll put in. So, yeah, here we are. It's been a long road, and it's been a pretty uncomfortable road, but a road with a happy ending, thank God, because I don't know what I'd have done. And for Mo, I feel like I'm so grateful I was able to do this for her. So, yeah. Good to talk about it. The reason I was sad this morning on the way to the arena hire, and how I didn't really want to vlog today, was I had had a conversation with my vet about the post-mortem results and how, or he explained it to me better, and how I'm not to blame, and that, like I was saying about the failing of the pregnancy, it was always going in that direction. The infection was inside her the whole time, and had she been a bit stronger, maybe we could have done the blood. We took her blood to test it, but never got to the point where we could test it, because it happened too quickly. It maybe, had we done that, he said no, it all was going in that direction, and that was that. And I said to him, I'm quite keen to breed from Mo again, because as we found out that there was nothing congenitally wrong with the foal, that we could breed from her again, and he said to give it a year. And that came as a real blow and quite a shock. I kind of didn't think of it like that. But he said to give the uterus a chance after this kind of a thing has happened. You have a better chance then of it being positive, rather than it being another failure, or that she's seemingly barren or won't take, or whatever might happen. So it feels like a real blow. You can't, this romantic notion of, oh, I just breed from my beautiful horse that's given me all of these amazing life experiences, and then I can have more amazing life experiences, and it's just like a ton of shit, and it's horrible and hard. And these big places, you know now why they breed 40 at a time, because one fails, it's one of 40, and I've got one. So when one fails, it is like your earth ends, and it's going to take me some time, and I'm finding it hard. I find myself thinking about her, and like the pictures come up on my computer and or on my phone, WhatsApp, or on my phone, or pictures or whatever, and I like stop myself feeling upset, because I don't want to get into it again, because it's such a trauma, like it's such a thing. So this part of this video is actually really important to me, and I'm glad that I've done it, because I really feel like I'm at a point where I can talk about it. It's just a huge amount of trauma, and it was so shocking and debilitating at the time that I've needed some time to manage it. So here I am, managing it, talking about it. That seemed like a bit of a blunt ending on that video there, but I kind of run out of things to talk about. I am coping, I'm dealing with it, and maybe I'll need to have some time where I deal with it a bit better than just trying to, I don't know, push it down or something, but I don't know the answer to that at the moment. If you did like my video, you know what to do. If you want to subscribe, then please do, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all of those things. I really appreciate all the support and all the lovely messages I get. It means so much, and I'm pleased that I can share my story with you guys, and hopefully you guys can learn something. That was a bit tough, that last bit, wasn't it? Anyway, I will see you next time. I hope it make it back to the yard with this horse, because no head collar and all that. So that's me done. My loose horse. It's very good. I don't need a head collar. Not far to go. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks again for watching. Love you all so much. Bye for now.
It's your love I'm lost in. Your love I'm lost in.